In this video, I'm going over why over 99% of Etsy shops eventually shut down, burn out, and ultimately fail. My name is Dave. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. I do new videos all the time on Etsy, e-commerce, and personal success. Let's jump right into it. So, number one reason why most Etsy shops fail is you're expecting Etsy to just give you money. Obviously, expecting success in life is very important. You want to have the right mindset, but if that is all you're doing, then it's not going to work out. You need to have the actions in place. You need to be learning more about Etsy, improving your Etsy store, along with, expecting Etsy to give you sales. So expecting way too much, way too soon, in the beginning, that could be one reason. Or, maybe you're a veteran seller and you just expect Etsy to, send thousands of dollars to your bank account just because you've been on Etsy for so long. It sucks, but they don't actually care if you've been on Etsy for so long. They don't value you in the way that you think or, overly expect that they should, So that's number one. It's a big one, expecting them to just give you money. You need to have all your ducks in a row and expect success. Number two is not analyzing your statistics properly and making improvements to your store. Maybe you had some success in the beginning of your Etsy career. That's awesome. Congratulations. But if you sit stagnant and just do the same thing over and over and over and expect different results, that's not going to work out. You need to change your strategy. You need to improve your strategy, and it always needs to be evolving. Your business and your mindset and everything about you making money on Etsy and in life in general needs to always be evolving and improving. So you need to look at your statistics. That's one of the biggest ways to do that. So number two is look at your stats. In a future video, I'll be going over, Google Analytics with Etsy and describing some of the metrics there. So please subscribe if you have not already. Number three is not expanding your inventory in a few different ways. This is a multifaceted reason here. So not expanding your inventory in quality, that's a big one. Obviously, you want to be improving your craft, improving your products always, especially if you're getting bad reviews, because with the ODR policy, you could get kicked off. So that's obviously a really, really big one is quality. Another one is quantity. You want to be expanding your inventory in quantity. You need to have more products and more opportunities in the Etsy search results to generate a sale, and always be testing new SEO titles and tags. So quantity and diversity. What type of product could you make right now or could you sell right now, obviously within Etsy's terms of service, that speaks to your niche? If you are niched down, or if you're general, then you could sell anything. But what could you sell right now that your audience will love and buy? That's a huge way to expand horizontally. You probably have there probably is a few products out there that you can make right now that your audience will absolutely love. And Etsy's algorithm already trusts you for. When you're making a brand new product out of left field, you have to generate some sales in those keyword categories to, really start ranking for that, in my experience at least. But with something that is super, super similar and very close to your audience, and you can make it and your audience will love it, then you can generate way more success way quicker that way. This technique I go over in depth in my Slow Sales Solutions program. You can check out the details in the description below. Hundreds of students already have had a lot of success with that program, so feel free to check it out. The link is in the description. Number four is letting old items just sit around and junk up your conversion rate. So Etsy gives you this statistic in your Etsy shop now. They updated this a few months ago where you can look at your shop's conversion rate. This is awesome. Previously, we would have to calculate it for ourselves, but now they show it to you. So how is this calculated? This is an average of all of your Etsy items. So if there are items that have not sold in a really long time, in a month, in 2 months, in 2 years, some Etsy shops that I've coached have items sitting in there for a year plus that have not sold. That can be easy to, that's easily That happens very easy if you have a shop that's been around for a long time and your inventory is so massive and you don't take care of it. That's understandable, but those items are dragging your conversion rate down, and Etsy sees that. Etsy judges you. Etsy's a very fickle algorithm will judge you and cast that shadow upon that item and the rest of your shop. So you want to deactivate those listings as well. That's another, that's what I call digital cobwebs in my Slow Sales Solutions program and course. Digital cobwebs will ruin your Etsy career if you let them. So please do not let that happen. Deactivate old listings that haven't sold in a long time. And that long time changes for every single Etsy shop. It's relative to your shop. If your shop is 3 months old, obviously you don't really have a whole long time to judge. You don't have a point of relativity yet. But if you've been around for 2, 3 years, or even 1 year, if it hasn't sold in a month or 2 months, chances are it's not going to sell again or sell ever. Unless somebody comes into your shop and looks and finds that specific thing, it's not going to sell out of the search results. And those types of sales really help your ranking. So deactivate listings that are junking up your conversion rate, please. Number 5 is you're confused. People get confused on their target audience, and this leads to burnout. This leads to just slow sales. This leads to failure, right? Where if you're not targeted, if you don't know who your target audience is, you're selling to anyone, you're selling everything to anyone, and if you try to stay neutral in life and you try to make everybody happy, you end up making everybody mad, right? We all know that expression, or however it goes, I'm not sure, but you need to be focused in on your niche. If your audience, if your target with your Etsy shop is a general store, for example, a print-on-demand store that'll sell a dog t-shirt, a bridesmaid t-shirt, and a mompreneur shirt, mom entrepreneur. If you have a general store like that, that's understandable, but you need to know what you're doing. You need to know that that is what you're doing. Or if you have a niche down store, for example, that's selling like minimalist jewelry to women that want like dainty necklaces and stuff, you need to know that as well and brand accordingly. So if you're not targeted, if you're not, laser focused in on what you're doing, why you're doing it, and how you're doing it, then you're going to stumble along the way, and you will have, errors. You'll get frustration, and you will burn out and quit Etsy and fail. Be that 99%. So number 6 is not building an audience outside of Etsy, right? What if something happens to your Etsy? Then you're screwed if you do not have an audience outside of it. So an email list, a social media account, whatever your social media of choice is. I recommend Instagram and Pinterest. And if you're a creative type, you should get on TikTok now while the engagement and the free engagement is going to be big. Before maybe 5 years from now, TikTok's algorithm will kind of suck it all in, just like Facebook did a few years back, etc. So if you don't have an audience outside of Etsy, then you will fail. If you want to move on, let's say you start a standalone website and you don't have an audience outside of Etsy, then you're starting brand new again, super dry, raw, right? You need to build an audience either way. So that's number 6. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to click and check out any of the links in the description. Please like this video if you have not already, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.